Just look how clean my pores look now. Also warning, this is going to be a gross video where I'm going to be showing close-ups of my extractions. So if you don't like to see that type of stuff, this might not be the video for you. Hello! So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I do my major facial, where I show you how I extract my pores using this extracting tool, followed by this Aztec Clay Mask, then a deep moisturizing mask, because the Aztec Clay Mask can be quite drying. So before we start, I want to show you just how gross my skin looks by the end of the week before I do this major facial. Let's take a look at my skin up close. My sebaceous filaments get really full. You can actually see them poking out from outside of the pores. They kind of look like little tiny whiteheads all over. So that's the chin area-ish. Now, let me show you what my nose looks like. I don't exactly have blackheads, but you can see just how I have these slight blackheads, but they're just sebaceous filaments. Look at them, they're just ready for extraction. And this is what my cheek is looking like. And then here's forehead here. Okay, so to get this facial started, I'm gonna wash my face with this Effectlar Salicylic Acid Face Wash. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so I washed my face and gently pat dried with a towel. Now I'm going to exfoliate with this exfoliating gel. I take a little bit, rub it between my fingers, then gently rub all over my face and watch the dead skin come right off. Doing this will really help the extraction process. Okay, you can see all the dead skin. All the little white things are dead skin. Okay, so now I'm gonna go wash this off with warm water and be right back. Alright, I washed off all the dead skin. Now I'm ready to extract. To start, I have a washcloth that I run under hot water. Then I drape it over my face to let it steam my face and loosen the pores to make it easier to extract. I'll be doing this a lot because the towel gets cold pretty fast. And I have a whole face to go through, so there's gonna be a lot of back and forth. So this is what my extractor tool looks like. What I do is I wash it with antibacterial soap, then I drizzle alcohol over it. Then I take a couple of these cotton pads and soak them in alcohol. Here it is, soaked in alcohol. So what I do is I extract, and whatever gunk that comes out, I wipe it over this alcohol soaked cotton pad. So I'm gonna keep doing that until I'm done extracting my whole face. Remember to look away if you don't like seeing this kind of stuff. So first, we'll start with my chin. I take the extraction tool, press down against the skin while slowly sliding down. You can see all of the sebum being collected by the extraction tool as I slide down. That is a nasty collection of sebum right there. Ugh. Next, I do my nose. You can just see all the oozes of noodles coming out of those pores like bleh. I get the biggest collection of sebum around in this area here. Seriously, what a collection. Ugh, gross. Moving on to my inner cheeks, starting with my left one. I apologize for the blurry image. My camera was just not focusing. It looks like whenever I press down on my skin, the camera starts going in and out of focus, so most of this is going to be blurry, but I hope you can see enough to be able to tell just how much sebum is being extracted out of these pores. And now the right cheek. Sorry about the bad angle, but it looks like it's either going to be a blurry image or a bad angle with this lens. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to get a different lens that can zoom better. Especially for these purposes. Eventually, I mean. Man, it looks like I'm pressing harder than I need to, but if you can tell, my pores are looking a lot cleaner than before I started. My first cotton pad gets full by the time I'm done with one of the cheeks, so by this point I'm using a new cotton pad. I also do a little bit of my forehead. I say forehead, but it's really only between the eyebrow area because that's where it's really bad. I collect a lot of sebum here. And to wrap things up, here I am extracting my outer cheeks. I don't take as much time extracting those because it's kind of out of my vision. Oh, I'm using a mirror that zooms in 10 times when I do this. I can't see details on my outer cheeks like I can with my inner cheeks. So I just do the usual where I just drag downwards with the extractor tool until I've done the whole cheek. Look how clean my pores look now. Okay, so I'm done extracting and you can see how big my pores are looking due to the extracting, but that will go away once I do my clay mask. I'm gonna go wash my face with this gentle cleanser, then I'm gonna apply the Aztec Clay Mask. Okay, so to make the Aztec Clay Mask, you would take equal parts Aztec Clay powder and apple cider vinegar. This is optional, but you can add a few drops of tea tree oil. Give it a quick mix. You could add either more powder or liquid to get it to the consistency you want. Okay, so I have my Aztec Clay Mask all ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that. And it looks quite muddy. Alrighty. Now that it's applied all over my face, I'm gonna let this sit. It says to leave it for 10 minutes, but I'm gonna leave it for a little longer because it barely dries in 10 minutes. To be honest, this is probably why I need to use a super hydrating mask after this, right before my moisturizer instead of a moisturizer right after, because a moisturizer alone isn't going to make up for all the moisture. This mask sucks because this is a very, very strong mask and it is going to suck all the kind of oils and moisture from your face. So I'm probably gonna let this actually sit for 20 to even 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you then. It's been 20 minutes. It's definitely getting really dry here, but as you can see, the nose as well as the forehead is very much still wet. So I'm just gonna actually let this sit for another 10 minutes. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, at this point, it's been over 30 minutes. The nose and the forehead still aren't really dry, but you can see deep holes where some of my pores are. It's like really making sure to suck them extra oils out of those pores. Probably like areas I missed during my extractions or something. Anyway, my face is like really dry and it's definitely not good to leave it on this long. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this off and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I washed the mask off and now I'm gonna moisturize it with this Cucumber Gel Mask by Peter Thomas Roth. Quite expensive for what it's supposed to be. It definitely really does moisturize your skin, but I'm pretty sure you can find a much cheaper alternative that does just as good of a job as this does. I don't know why I actually got this mask. I mean, I know if you simply apply moisturizer on your face after the mask, it's not gonna moisturize your face enough, most likely. That's why I would like to take this extra step and put on a super hydrating moisturizing mask right after the Aztec Clay Mask. I'm pretty sure a good alternative would be just any sheet mask. This is the only one I have, but you know, those cheap masks that you can get, they're like probably like $5 each or something. That should be hydrating enough to use after the Aztec Clay Mask. This says to leave it on for 10 minutes, like either a thick layer for 10 minutes or a thin layer, and you can leave it on overnight. So what I do is I put around, I don't know, between a thick and thin layer and leave it on for 30 minutes. The longer I leave it on, the more hydrated my skin is. So I'll be back in 30 minutes. Alrighty, it's been 30 minutes, so I'm gonna wash this cucumber mask off and be back to do my final step of adding moisturizer on. Alrighty, I rinsed the mask off. I'm gonna go ahead and put my aloe vera toner on before my face fully dries, just to maintain that moisture. My skin is really smooth. Like, this clay really makes your skin super soft. So now I'm gonna apply my moisturizer. I decided to buy this Biossance Squalane Omega Repair Cream. It's a very thick cream, so I only put a little bit. This is one of those expensive moisturizers, but since it's really thick, a little bit goes a long way. I was using this moisturizer, but like I've said in a previous video, it makes my face feel really dry. I'm almost done with it, but I just decided to stop using it. And take just around this much. When you apply this while you still have toner on, it helps spread it out more. So that's another reason why I like to apply products while my face is still wet. Trying to make sure I get the back of my ears, as well as my neck. And we're done. I am testing out this product for an upcoming video, but I don't like to use active ingredients right after doing this. It's a very invasive facial, so I feel like my skin gets extra sensitive, so I don't like to put any actives on it just in case I might start feeling a burning sensation or something. I'm thinking of doing a video of showing my extractions up close using this microscope camera, so let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see that. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys what my skin looks like up close after the facial. This is already the next day. By the way, I went ahead and applied the niacinamide after I washed my face today, and it actually did sting. So I guess my face still is sensitive from yesterday's facial. So if you guys were to do this, I'm gonna suggest that you don't put any active serums, at least for the next day, in case you also get sensitive tingling like me. It's already gone now. It only lasted about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Just want to throw that out there. So yeah, it is the next day, but my skin is still super, super soft, like baby soft. It feels amazing. I really love this mask. Okay, so let's look at my skin up close. I have done a hydrofacial twice before, and even though it does make my skin look nice and glowy at the end, it doesn't make my skin as soft and feeling this amazing as the clay mask does. And a hydrofacial is $200. This Aztec Clay Mask is $8 to $10 and it lasts you more than a year, especially if you're only doing this once a week. So it's definitely worth trying if you're interested in a good facial. And yeah, there you have it, my major facial. I don't know why I was so zoomed in. Anywho, that concludes my facial this time for real. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya!